You're a meme coin trader. You're studying your charts, you're doing your best, you're trying all the necessary tricks, and you're just not getting anywhere. And it's because the game is rigged against you. I found a way around that game and started making fat stacks of cash by deving coins. Follow this video for the step-by-step process. This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. Alright, thanks for sticking around this far because soon it is time for me to show you the practical process that got me all that money. But first, we're going to take a quick look at another chart and just see the kind of stories that can unfold here. So as you can see, from this coin here, we've got a massive kick up within the first 2 hours. So if you're here at the launch of the coin, you are quids in. That is fantastic. You're going to see that massive kick up, and then you are going to anticipate that rug pull and you are going to pull away. Easy peasy. After that, it gets really complicated. Things crash, they peter out, and then they kick up again one whole day later. Now, you're not going to be able to watch the coin for a whole day. So I've done something that shortens that process significantly. And that means that your P&Ls are going to be a lot more balanced and consistent. Just like this guy's here. You can see here, there's tons of transactions here and most of them are in the green. This guy is either a wizard who can tell the future or has a insider in terms of who's deving the coins or is themselves a dev. Now, you want to become a dev. You want to be able to make that consistent money with being on the right side of the rug pulls without any knowledge of coding. You need createcoin.fun. That is the platform that we are going to use to create our own coins. And as I've said, you do not need to know how to code, and you can do this in a matter of seconds. So when it comes to creating a coin, one of the things you need to consider is what market are you going to sell on? Now, most coin creation platforms will use the pump market. And because most of them use the pump market, it means that that market is overcrowded like crazy. So we are not going to be on that market, because take a look here at these market caps. They're not great and they get restricted, and also there's tons and tons of fees. Now we are going to switch over to dynamic on Axiom and look at the Matora market instead. As you can see, the Matora market has crazy market caps in the hundreds of millions, in the billions, and most end up in the tens or maybe even hundreds of thousands. That means we've got a lot more room for our coin to grow on a much better market space. That is what we are going to take advantage of. That is step one, having the right market space. Okay, now next thing we're going to do is connect our wallet, but first let's have a look at how much we've got in here. We've got just over $100 worth of Sol, so you need about $100 worth of Sol to get this party going. So we're going to hit connect wallet. If it's on your browser, it will appear here. Click just the phantom wallet and then you are connected and ready to go. Now typically when you're using this, normally you would create your own coin by coming up with a cool name, coming up with a symbol and a image, and you would do all that stuff, and that's great. And then you'd go on social media and be like, oh, come on everybody, buy my coin, we're gonna make tons of money. And then nobody does, because, you know, maybe you don't have a massive social media presence, maybe you haven't done all the marketing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the copy trending list. Now as you can see here, we've got a bunch of coins here, but they're trending on what? They're trending on pump at the moment. So if they're trending on pump, that means they're getting through all that noise and they're doing actually quite well. So we are going to use all of that built up marketing and all of that built up hype to sell on Matora, where our coin is going to perform much better. So you've got a bit of information here. You've got the name, you have got when it was last paired, and you have got the potential market cap. Now you can refresh if you don't like the looks of some of the coins. To be honest, you can just pick the one, if you're going to follow the method exactly how we've done it today, you just pick the one you like the look of. Yeah, let's pick this football capital markets. Why not? Let's do that. Not really into football, but hell with it. The World Cup's just finished, so, you know, let's get on with it. Now, you'll get this request block thing here. Let's proceed with that there. Let's click confirm, tick the box and click confirm. This is a standard part of this process. I've got to do this every single time. Nothing untoward will happen. It's just something you'll need to do in order to create the copy of the coin. Once we have done that, we will be able to confirm it, and then the coin will be created. Now, it's created, but it is not on the market yet. So what we need to do is we need to create a liquidity pool. What this is us putting a bit of our Sol into the coin, which gives it a bit of initial investment and gets it on the market. Then people can start buying. So how much Sol do you put into this coin to start off with? That's a really good question. Now, I experimented a bit. I went as far as one whole Sol coin. I went as low as 0.1, and where I find the best results is 0.2. Okay, so the only thing you need to change here is the amount of Sol. And if you're running this the first time, I would highly suggest you do 0.2 Sol. That's what's worked for me, and that's what I'm going to do here as well. So I'm going to create that pool, confirm that transaction, and then we will be live and ready to go, all but for one step. So we'll show you that in a moment. Now, you can see here, we've got the name of our coin, we have got the pooled Sol, the 0.2, we've got the tokens, and we've got the value at $15, which will change later. So remember that figure, $15, okay? We've got the lightning bolt button here. This is the most crucial part of this process. You have got to boost your coin on Deck Screener. Now, it does cost us 0.25 Sol, but this is what's going to guarantee us the big bucks, okay? So all those bots and trend chasers, they are going to be casually scrolling away, and they're going to see us and they're going to buy us, and that's what we want them to do. So you've got to make sure to boost your coin on Deck Screener for an hour, okay? So now we're not even going to run for a whole hour, and you're going to see that we're going to make that money back and then some. So let's hit that boost button and get ourselves on the top of Deck Screener's list. There we go. Easy peasy. Done. Okay, it's easy to spend money, and I'll show you it's easy to make money as well. Let's have a quick look on Deck Screener and watch how our coin performs. So here we are on Deck Screener. We're at the very start of the process, and then this will tick up fairly quickly. Look at that. Immediately, we're already breaching the 1K in terms of our market cap. That is fantastic. In terms of our liquidity here, we've breached 1K as well. That is brilliant. So it's looking pretty good so far. Now, obviously, I make money every time I make one of these videos, as I'm showing you right here. Now, what I will do is, if you like, subscribe, and leave a comment, I will put you in a prize draw where you could win half of what I make this video. And that will be the figure that we will see at the end of the video. I'm doing this live, so I don't know what's going to happen. So I don't know how much that figure is going to be. But we're going to run this for a little bit, and then we will switch back to createcoin.fun. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick look at the estimated value now. Okay, so it is at $15 currently. We're just letting it refresh, and we will see a new number that will hopefully be much higher. 1.15k, guys. That is very impressive. I believe that is nearly 100x, basically. I think it's like a 50x or something like that. So now let's remove that liquidity. 100%, get rid of that liquidity, and all that money is going to go straight in our pocket. So remember, we started with $100 roughly in the Phantom wallet. We now have, let's have a look, $1,148, guys. It is as easy as that to make the fat stacks. Get on this method as soon as you can.